Growing up in America, most of us heard the same script: get the grades, get the job, get the money, and life is supposed to magically work out. But a lot of guys do everything right and still feel this weird emptiness they can't explain. It's like the formula worked on paper, but somehow not in real life. We're told money equals success, but real life keeps proving that's not always true. There are people with big salaries, nice cars, and huge houses who still feel stressed, burned out, and disconnected, and a lot of us quietly wonder, if money fixes everything, why doesn't it feel like it's fixing me? At some point, we all feel that unsettling question: why am I doing everything right but still not happy? And honestly, it's not your fault. We were raised in a system that taught us to chase the number, not the life. If you don't stop and question the script, you could wake up years from now realizing you climbed a ladder that wasn't even leaning against the life you wanted. Hey everyone, I'm John, your guide here on the Cash Plan with John channel. This is the place where we turn complicated money topics into simple, real-life conversations you can actually use. Welcome to the real goal behind money, not the finish line, but the tool that helps you build the life you want. Before we jump in, a quick reminder: everything in this video is for education only. Always make the best decision for your own situation, and if you want more simple, honest conversations about money and life, make sure to hit subscribe to stay updated. Today, we're breaking down the real goal behind money, and it's probably not what you've been taught. You'll learn a new way to view wealth, practical steps you can apply today, and a total reset on how you measure success. Stay with me, take notes, and let's rethink your entire relationship with money. Look, money isn't the real finish line. It's just the resource we all use to build the life we want. The actual goal is freedom, and that means freedom of time, freedom of choices, and freedom to go in the direction you want. Most of us say we value our time more than anything, yet we spend most of our waking hours grinding just to keep up. And when you see that disconnect, you start realizing the real target was never the cash. It was the life behind it. Now imagine this: waking up without rushing, actually having time to breathe and enjoy your morning. You get to choose projects you want to work on, not the ones you feel forced into just to pay bills. You've got time for the people who matter, the hobbies you forgot you loved, the life you said you live someday. That's not money, that's freedom, and chasing money first usually pushes that life farther away. Here's the simple truth: money is the car, not the destination. And most people get so obsessed with the car, the engine, the paint, the brand, that they forget where they're even trying to go. Freedom is the real destination, the ability to live on your own terms and make money even when you're not grinding. Like Warren Buffett said, if you don't learn how to earn while you sleep, you'll spend your whole life working. And that quote isn't really about money, it's about freedom. When money becomes the main target, everything else starts slipping into the background. Most guys are grinding so hard that they don't even notice their health or relationships taking the hit. And the crazy part? Over 70% of Americans feel stressed about money, but barely anyone tracks what actually makes them happy. It's like we're chasing numbers instead of chasing a life that feels good. Imagine living a life where your schedule actually matches your values: more time for your kids, your workouts, your hobbies, the stuff that makes life feel real. But here's the trap: you can earn six figures and still feel broke because everything on your calendar is something you have to do. That's not freedom. That's just a busier version of being stuck. Chasing money without checking the direction is like climbing a ladder for years, only to realize it's leaning on the wrong wall. You move fast, you work hard, but you're climbing towards something that doesn't match the life you truly want. And like Naval said, a calm mind, a fit body, and a house full of love. You can't swipe a card and buy those. That's the stuff that actually makes a man rich. Money isn't really about flexing your income. It's about giving yourself options. When you have options, you get to choose the life you want instead of settling for whatever shows up. Even a small emergency fund can completely change how you make decisions. It quiets the anxiety and gives you room to breathe and think clearly. Money gives you the freedom to choose a job because it fits your life, not because you're trapped. It lets you take a break, breathe, and live without guilt. And it gives you the power to walk away from people or situations that drain you. A high income without freedom is just a fancy cage, the golden handcuffs. Money is basically the remote control of your life. The more buttons you unlock, the more control you have over your story. It lets you skip the stress, pause the chaos, and choose the moments that matter. And honestly, sometimes happiness comes from needing less, not chasing more. Like Socrates said, the real freedom is learning to enjoy the simple things. We've been taught that wealth is about how much money we bring in, but that's not the full story. Real wealth is measured by how long you can actually live on what you already have. And here's the wild part. You can increase that timeline without making a single extra dollar. Just lowering your expenses by even 20% instantly buys you more freedom, more breathing room, and more control. When you simplify your life, you're not losing anything. You're gaining your peace back. A cleaner lifestyle with fewer obligations feels like stepping out of a noisy room into fresh air. Most people don't realize how much mental space they lose just managing unnecessary stuff. And the real trap? Chasing status purchases that look like success but usually just add more debt and stress. Wealth works a lot like oxygen. You barely notice it when you have enough. But the second it disappears, panic hits instantly. That's why building real stability matters more than showing off. As Thoreau said, wealth is the ability to fully experience life, and that's the whole point. You're not chasing money, you're creating the bandwidth to enjoy your actual life. Let's be real, money without a bigger purpose just feels empty at some point. You can hit every financial milestone and still feel like something's missing. Purpose is what makes all that effort actually mean something. It gives your financial goals direction instead of just numbers on a screen. People who live with purpose literally make better life choices. Studies show they live longer, spend smarter, and feel more satisfied even without chasing extreme wealth. Imagine waking up not because you're rich, but because you're actually excited about what you're building. That's a whole different kind of success. Most people chase promotions thinking the extra money will fix the emptiness. But a bigger paycheck doesn't fill a deeper gap. Only purpose does. Purpose is your North Star, the thing that keeps you grounded and moving forward. Money's just the flashlight, helpful, but never the destination. Most of us don't even notice it, but we let money run our lives. We work, we swipe, we spend all on autopilot without thinking. And then we wonder why we feel stressed or stuck every month. Taking back control starts with simply becoming aware of where our money actually goes. But imagine this instead, knowing exactly where your money goes and why. That kind of clarity brings a sense of calm most people never feel. Life gets quieter, more intentional, and way less chaotic. It's like finally steering your own ship instead of drifting wherever the current takes you. Money is just like water. If you don't give it a container, it spills everywhere. Without intention, it leaks into distractions that drain you. But once you set boundaries, it finally works for you, not against you. Remember the Jim Rohn line, either you run the day or the day runs you. Same thing with money. A lot of guys chase a number, but the target always moves. The real win is building a life you're actually proud to live. Most Americans barely take vacations. Yet we're somehow more stressed than ever. It's crazy how we grind nonstop and call it normal. But the truth is, life isn't supposed to feel like a constant sprint. Imagine if your work actually fit around your life instead of swallowing it whole. That's the level of freedom every guy secretly wants. Because nobody wants to be the dude who only feels alive on Friday night. That's not living. That's surviving with extra steps. Think of your life like a house. If you only decorate the outside, the inside still feels empty. Money can't fix a life that's hollow on the inside. Alan Watts said it best, the real secret is being fully present in what you're doing right now. That's where real peace and real success actually come from. Money isn't the goal. Freedom, purpose, options, and fulfillment, that's the real destination. When you stop chasing money for its own sake, you finally get to build a life that feels like yours. If this helped shift your perspective, hit like, subscribe, and share this video. And tell me in the comments, what are you really chasing? What would freedom look like for you? This is Cash Plan with John. Your journey to financial freedom starts here. Take care of yourself. Take charge of your money, and I'll see you in the next video.